My name is Rivas Mayoki, an author, I don't know, an artist. Um, I was thinking about attractiveness. Uh, it's connected to my topic of being a poor at marketing. That video will come out tomorrow. You can check it out if you're interested. It's not full of, I don't know how useful information. I'm just talking to myself, trying to figure out what to do to listen to myself. And I came to realize that to market yourself, your product, anything that you do, you need a certain dose of attractiveness. You need to, in a sense, make your audience follow along with you as much as your work. And that is the part where I'm coming short. Because all my life, I practically trained myself to repel people, to refuse them before they even ask. I see them coming and I just place few lines about myself to dissuade them from pursuing any interest in me. I don't know, it was a self-defense mechanism which I would have to deconstruct to succeed, it seems. I don't know. It seems so backwards and so no, not intuitive to be obligated to be attractive to attract attention. I know it's common sense, but for me, I don't know. To refuse and to diffuse is my tactic, and I just know that when I talk to someone about my novels, I dissuade them from reading them within 5 minutes, within 5 seconds probably. That's why I don't use this channel to talk about my novels almost at all, about their contents, because I feel that I would just made them seems unattractive and like dull and really really very smart for smart people to with lots of twists and turns. And that's because I'm talking about my writing from my own perspective, like troubles I'm having with it, what else I have to do, what I did to accomplish what is this in there. And that is just a construction frame, those I don't know the name for it in English, those uh, boards construction workers put all around the building to build it, to have access to different parts of it. And when you're done with the building, you remove the boards so the building can be seen. And uh, the boards are ugly and they only have a purpose to serve. In a way, my table of content that looks so complicated is that a part of those boards, but I concluded it's fun to give people access and shortcuts to access floors they would usually have to scroll through pages to find. I think of that content as an elevator of sorts. It's a construction workers' elevator that was put in spot and it wasn't removed, so people can jump over parts that they are not interested in. Not that I'm saying that the parts of my books are dull. I'm just saying that people are so discriminatory about what they like and what they don't like. I mean, I don't judge straight people for wanting to skip over details of queer romances, because of queer people I know, most of them want to skip over straight romances as well. So both parties will have their wishes granted. They will be able to steer across uncomfortable parts and avoid discomfort. That's my courtesy, because I refuse to divide my books into straight books and queer books. Each of my book has both, and for me everything seems equally fun and interesting, and all romances are equally beautiful, but people are more discriminatory than I am. And to say discriminatory these days, That is such a foul word. But come on, people. Not everyone wants to speak in your bedroom and see your business. I mean, most of our complaints are our bedroom, our business. So, let people have their prejudices. Just let them stop being hateful and throw rocks around at people. That's all I'm saying. So what did I was talking about attractiveness. I'm letting my hair out and I'm trying to present myself attractive, because most of the time my goal with my clothes and my presentation is never attractiveness. Is always like, I want to be seen as a person. There was a comment below my video about TERFs, trans feminist, a long term for people, women who dislike trans people, and the title, the name of the channel, and the comment were the same. Trans men are only sexist men who enforce, I think, me and the repeating, enforce sexist stereotypes about women. And I was like, okay, if it's a troll, it's a good troll. If it's true, then aren't you supposed to be relieved that men are taking on themselves to play sexist roles women are refusing to play? You don't have to wear a miniskirt and to be sexy and attractive. Men will do that for you. I don't know. It's such a strange stream of opposite thoughts, and the problem is that everything gets stuffed under the same umbrella. That is Luhmann sociology. He was wonderfully explained that to me, that people are just need to simplify things to understand them, because the more complex the idea is, the harder is for people to keep it in their mind. That's why I'm not recognizable and not memorable. I keep myself too complicated and I don't give out clues how to simplify me, to put me in memory. So more people than you would realize just forget about me. They're quite surprised when I reappear, and I'm often not recognized even by friends and neighbors and acquaintances. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But the more complicated something is, it's harder to remember, and people are trying to diminish complexity and to simplify the world. And that way, a lot of opposing thoughts end up under the same umbrella, like we have under the trans umbrella, intersex, non-binary, trans medical people who go through the surgery and everything, and we put them all in the same basket, like they are all the same and they wish the same things, and then there is a surprise when they're fighting their basket. And that way I think about feminism too. Not all feminists want the same thing, and some feminists are more resentful towards men and some are less. And for those who are more resentful toward men, to let them in your gender is just no. Your gender is a sacred field. Only sacred women who inherited the goddess in themselves can have. Sorry for the sarcasm, but I am really bad at, I don't know. My sarcasm always seeps through. I'm sarcastic towards myself even. So attractiveness, you see, the more I talk, the more complicated it gets, the more detailed it gets, because I refuse to simplify the world. My friend once told me that my books, that people won't know what to do with them, because I refuse to label things and to lay out who is the bad guy and who is the good guy, and I give each of my characters equal grounds to talk, and I never give out moral lessons about who's good and who's bad. It just happens and we move on to something else that happens. And I was like, yeah, but that's the point of my writing, that's the point of me, to have everything laid out and to let people come in and you decide what you think, who is good and who is bad. And it depends who you are. I think that Barney in How I Met Your Mother showed me that the best. I loved the episode when we find out that he idolized the villain from Karate Kid, and it's so logical. The villain from Karate Kid is blonde, is arrogant, and he's so much like Barney. Of course, he will think that that is the protagonist, and I love that concept, that people can take protagonists they want to follow, that they refuse my view of who is the real protagonist and who is the main character. For me, the main character is the one who has who gains the most of information during the book, and who has a relationship to most of characters. And for me, usually that person is someone like me. And I get that people will refuse to take that as a protagonist. But I'm the one writing the story, so you know. Tough luck. You see, I'm really great at selling myself and my writing. Sometimes it seems like I should find someone to speak about my work and forbid myself from ever speaking about it. Maybe that will happen somewhere in the future when I have more money. But why am I speaking to this microphone at all, except for practicing my lines? To practice my lines, I could just be reading my books and not trying to express my thoughts at all. I don't know, it's a preemptive strike of sorts. I'm trying to put out my opinions for the future self to see and to know that I judge her. Because the present me is judging the past me already, and I know that in the future I will become only stranger. And in a way, to explain myself, because after the fact, everything you say after the fact seems like a poor excuse. So I'm putting out there my opinions and explanations so that they don't seem like poor excuses, that they seem more genuine in a way. Anyway, I will have to work on my attractiveness. I don't know will I succeed. There are just things I'm bad at, and that's the way things are. We are not designed to be everything to everyone and to fill up all the space. That is the thing I'm trying to say with my streams, but my streams always seem interrupted or have malfunctions with the sound, so I never get around to say it. But to be perfect means to strive to take up all the space, to be everything, to be good at everything, to make it, to just make it on time every time, to do everything right. And when we see those kind of people in relationships, they tend not to be distracted by other people. I don't know, for me to be perfect means to exclude others. Imperfections are really the place where we let others shine, when we let others in, when we let them help us, when we let us help them. And there are things we are very good at, and there are things other people are very good at. And I appreciate that. But I think that I'm persistent in doing things I'm bad at, like singing, drawing, and many other things, even marketing, proofreading. I'm persistent in doing things I'm bad at, to move along, to move quicker, to not be stalled, and not to be obligated to wait someone to come in who is better at it than I am, and to practice. To practice something I'm bad at is always a fun experience. It's always a joy to hear that I was a bit better and to see the progress. And it's also to show flaw, to, I don't know, just to prove that I'm human. I don't know. To become an idol seems so not me. I'm just somebody who's good at something, bad at something else, and sucks at other things. And I think I like that the best because it allows you to make mistakes, to do things that are not perfect and not good. Like I did this karaoke set that today. It was such fun. And I didn't make it deliberate that there are 12 of songs that I sang as karaoke, and some of them I didn't even sing. I just let the singer sing the song because I don't want to ruin it. But I recorded more songs than that, 17, I think. But some of the got axed because it was too bad. I know this is bad too, but those were not bad in an entertaining way, just bad. I have that distinction between something that is bad in an entertaining way and something that is just bad. Delete that. So to get to the point where we are good at anything, even if we're talented for it. I was talented for writing from the start, and that's why I persisted for so long, because I got praised for my writing very early on. But even if I was good at writing, it took me years to overcome the initial difficulties still to learn to write better. In recent years, I learned so much from YouTubers about writing, about plotting, about consequences. There are so many good YouTubers out there who know their stuff. And I never was the one who searched for theories. And they put it in such an entertaining way that even they managed to teach someone like me who is stubborn and refuses to change. And it did help me with writing. You gain help in getting better at things and at unexpected places. Just go, search, learn, try, fail. Because the only way to become better at something, not excellent, just better at something, is to try to fail, and to begin again. Because that is life in a nutshell. And I find life very entertaining. And I hope that the amount of amusement I have towards life, the love for the irony of it, the love for the twists of it, the respect towards the hard part of it, will be reflected in my work, and that my work will have some meaning to it and some value for the world to experience. Anyway, attractiveness. It wasn't about what you thought it was. It was or wasn't not. Because attractiveness is the same. No matter do you have to try to attract a person or audience or customers. Attractiveness is an openness to connection, an open door. Just the mere invitation, like, step in, there's room for you, I made room, there's chairs, there's stools, there's couches, we can mingle, we can talk, and you can tell me what you think about my thoughts I gathered for so many years. And I'm so glad they're finally out there. Thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure to be in your company. See you on some other side. Love you all. Bye.